I'm going to put down the sort of the water first, because there's a bit of colour in it from the sky, so I'm going to do that bit all over.
So the whole water area. Interesting.
Yeah, there's something. There's a bit sort of in the reflections, isn't it, underneath? So it's a bit purpley. Just want it to dry quickly. A bit blue sky up here.
Yeah. Liz, do you always start with watercolor first?
Yeah, usually. Sometimes I just put a bit of pencil in because I'm not, just to get a sort of rough idea of where I'm going to be. But yeah, I do like to just go straight in because I just find that works better for me because I get it done quicker usually. Because this is going to take a while to dry, I'm going to start with the top bit up here. So roughly doing the different greens and the plants. See what's up there.
So the overall big shapes.
Yeah. The thing with plants is you can sort of hopefully get away with more because you don't know, they could be that shape.
Yeah.
We have a first question, and Kathy is asking if you draw mostly in a sketchbook.
Yes. I find it much easier. So I get a blank piece of paper, I just get scared. I'm gonna weight it or something. I used to like stretch paper and then it just made me feel ill, so I just gave up really. Because most of the drawing I do is out on location, so sketchbook is really the easiest way of doing it. And you don't have to show people as well. You can just sort of shut it up if someone comes along and you don't want them to see. I've sort of done a bit of rough bit there. I'm going to change the brush. Sorry, do a little thin one for in there.
We also have a question. Someone is asking, what is the beautiful green you're using? Which is a great question because I know greens are something you like to focus on in your work. So can you talk about your process for doing greens?
Yeah, I've got a few of them. Shall I show you?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. This is just because I've sort of found it quite difficult to sort of find one. So this is one that's for can you see that one? Oxford chromium. It's like a very sort of English green. It's a bit dull.
What's it called?
Oxide of chromium.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is called Terra Verte, which is a very pale one. The thing is, I'm not really very good at mixing things, so I just prefer to sort of buy them off the shelf. I know you can mix every colour, but I'm obviously lazy. This is the one I use a lot, which is very dark perylene green, which is really nice.
I love perylene green. I have that too.
Yeah, I think it's really good because I don't have black, so that's like my darkest dark sort of thing.
Do you have a plan on how to draw the water lilies, or are you going to do like some negative shape kind of thing?
I have practiced it. I
Haha.
don't yeah, I have a plan to try and get it done in time.
Okay.
I'm just bunging in the top bits because I want to focus on the ones more that are in there. And there's some bits in the corner. I was just waiting for this to dry. Yeah, my sort of plan is to then start painting in the main sort of ones. So I sort of tend to do light, medium, dark. So this is like the medium, and then at the end I'll do the dark bit, which is the bit that sort of brings it together usually.
Mm-hmm.
So bit there.
Yeah, the water is incredibly dark.
Yeah.
If you had a black, you could use it, but I'm guessing you're going to use Perylene green instead.
Yeah, there's not
Oh,
an
Yeah.
awful colours in these ones actually. It's just like
are you more interested in the plants, or more of the plants and the architecture, or more of the architecture?
what generally, or in this one.
I guess in this one.
I really like the reflection. I just thought that would be a nice thing to focus on. I know
Mm.
it's not very streaky.
No, it's great. We love that. We love it.
With the ones that are just flat, I'm just doing them like ovally, and then I'm going to go round afterwards with the dark, which should hopefully make them work.
Mm. Could you also talk about your approach to negative space?
I like to call it positive space. I
Mm.
don't know. I think it's my sort of, it's not deliberate. Well, I suppose it's sort of a deliberate, but the idea I always find, because when sometimes you go out drawing, you don't know sort of what's going to happen or if you're going to have much time. So to try and get as much down as possible with the least possible strokes or lines or things like that. And often people will, if you sort of imply something in your drawing, people's sort of eyes will make up the rest of it. I think, I don't know, what do you think? Is that, am I making that up?
No, that's
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
Like you sort of know what things are. You can sometimes do very little and people will know what something is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's, and I think it's quite a good challenge to try and do as little as possible and see what people can sort of see, I suppose. Right, with these ones at the front, I'm just gonna put, like I did at the back, like some big blocky bits, and then go in with the dark afterwards. I'm not very good at doing things neatly, so this is my way of trying to get a bit of a difference in.
Hmm.
How am I doing with time, Eleanor?
I was about to check
Oh,
actually.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to start this.
me as
But
well.
I think you've been drawing for about 12 minutes.
Okay.
So you're great on time.
Okay.
And so your screen is showing up a bit like small and choppy. Could you try turning off your camera on your face and maybe it'll get better?
Is that better?
We'll see. We'll see. Someone says maybe a lot of internet bandwidth is being taken up by people discussing the general election. They need to stop.
I'm just going to put in some of the lines, like the reflection line from this bit above here. Oops. I want to do that.
Ooh, those reflections are looking so cool. Let's see.
I'm going to put in a bit. I don't know if you can try and-
Wow, Liz, you're so fast. My paint is
I
not.
feel like I'm really slow.
What? No. I can't believe how much you've done in like 15 minutes.
So I've just sort of like done a bit, like on these ones, I've tried to add a little darker bit to sort of get that. It probably needs to be a bit dark actually. Then with the this one, on these ones, which are sort of like those Pac-Man like type things. I know they're not Pac-Man, like just take a bit out and then sort of go around it.
Yeah, that lily pad shape.
And then the big ones have got like a really lovely big deep.
Yeah, I always love how you leave so much out.
This one's sort of a bit of a pattern, isn't there?
There's some sweet little flowers I just noticed here.
Yeah.
The white ones like sticking out.
I've lost the picture now, so I can't.
You just memorized it already.
Yeah.
So, there were some lines going the other way as well. Right.
It's amazing how much you can express of like the space just with these lines. Like it instantly looks like a greenhouse or a glass house. Your paper must be drying super fast.
I've got the window open. And
Yeah.
it's quite- so, but normally you probably wouldn't do this. Right.
Oh, the values are so satisfying in this. Like the line, the straight lines of the reflection and like the big round shapes. A really cool contrast.
Yeah. Um,
So Kew Gardens is in London, right?
yeah, it's in Southwest
So
London, yeah.
you've probably drawn there on location as well.
I have, but not in this part because it's very small. The sort of bit around the edge is really tiny.
Mhm.
So it would be really difficult to sort of get in there, and you probably
Yeah.
you could, you'd get in everyone's way, so you'd have to have permission sort of to
Yeah.
draw in water. Yeah, but there's loads of stuff you can draw there. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
just putting a bit of the dark underneath the sort of plants in the back.
Yes.
Is it coming along? The other thing I was going to say is I use this sort of like pen sometimes. Because
Yeah.
obviously using watercolor and once you've gone over the white paper, you lose it really. You can't sort of get back to it. So this is quite handy for sort of doing little bits.
Oh,
yeah.
that really pops.
I love those whiteout pens.
Yeah.
They're just like the whitest, opaquest thing you can get.
And then if you let it dry, you can sort of paint over with a little bit of colour so it's not too white. So.
Yeah, Alex is saying line and wash really fits fits the subject, but it's the perfect name for what you're doing. How did you
It
come
was
up
just
with line and wash?
well, it wasn't anything clever like that. When I first started, I started a blog, and my children were younger, and we tried to we come up with all these great names for my blog, and of course they'd all gone. So eventually, because my name's Lis Watkins, I didn't want to put my name on, because it was that sort of time of the internet where I didn't want to put my name out there. And
Yeah.
so I line and wash is like LW, so it's the same initials sort of thing, but
Okay.
I didn't realise that it would be a thing. As you do when things start, you've got no idea where they're going to lead to.
Yeah.
Flowers over here, I can't. This bit is quite dark, isn't it? This pool.
Yeah. Is that a rigger brush?
It is.
Yes, riggers are the best. There's got to be quite small. Someone was asking what size brushes you're using. Seems like a very nice
this
big
one,
one, and then a little rigger.
brush. But yeah, I really like them, but I've never found one you could have as like a travel brush.
Oh,
And I've got this one is like a big Escoda travel brush one, but I keep having trouble getting it back in, but it's really nice. both synthetic ones.
they should make a travel rigger brush.
It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Suppose you could sort of do it yourself then.
Mm-hmm. This is a very classic Lis Watkins color palette.
Yeah. By the way, we are more or less at, I think, 25 minutes. Eleanor?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So, I think you get the idea. Obviously, like you need, like if I was going on a bit more, I'd spend a bit of time, maybe to do the flowers, put a bit more detail in the top, but you sort of get the idea of what you can do. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to take another few minutes, feel free. We have plenty of time.
Okay. I was going to say, if sometimes if you like make a mistake, you can also take stuff off, you know, like I'm sure people know that, but you can also get quite a bit off if you've got a piece of paper to sort of like just dab it off. Because the thing I find that's usually my problem. I've gone on too much, or you know, that's and then you sort of can't go back. These ones haven't tried it.
Stephanie is saying that Rosemary and Co. have a rigger travel brush.
Oh wow, thank you for that.
The knowledge in these groups is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you how you would deal with all that detail in the foreground.
Yeah, I'd probably spend a bit more time, because I think you need something that's like the focus. I mean, you know, you've got this sort of, you've got the background here, then the sort of midground, which is the big shadows, and then it would, I think, be really nice to do a bit more on the foreground. Maybe really concentrate and do a few bits really nicely to sort of. What do you think? What would you do? I think you get the feeling you want something.
But I want to see what you do.
Oh, I can't see the picture anymore.
I think the idea is great. There's also another question. that
Yeah.
I can answer. The question is, what kind of sketchbook is Liz using? And I know that you use the blue Stillman and Byrne. Am I right?
Okay. Yes.
The blue one.
The blue one. I don't know what the name is though.
Beta.
Beta.
I really like it. It's because it's got it's watercolor paper, but it's really smooth. So it's I know some people love all the really rough ones, but I don't really love those. And if I'm doing work, it's this is probably a bit too, I just like if you scan it, you don't get all the sort of texture, which I know some people like the texture, but I'm not so keen on it. So, yeah.
But yeah, the quality of the video has gotten a lot better in the end,
Oh, really?
right?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, nice to see the details.
A bit more. Probably the connection, I don't know, maybe too much for our studio.
I think it's so powerful how you use the darks in watercolor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really get the contrast with watercolor, and by
I think-
only using paint.
Yeah.
And I think
Mhm.
that's something that people shy away from so much.
Yeah. I don't know why though, because I mean, you can get really, really dark areas, and maybe it's people like the sort of more lighter thing, but you can get a big variety, and I don't think everyone does it all, you know. You can experiment obviously, but I don't know if it's my eyes or whatever, but I like the sort of contrasty thing going on really.
Mm-hmm. Now I think I might need to get a rigger brush. Also, you have like a very smart setup with the two water glasses.
Yeah,
I've heard that smart painters use that.
I did it especially for you. I don't normally, because I know you're meant to, and I do sometimes, but yeah, because you're meant to. The idea is you wash your brush out with that one, and then you pick up the clean water, and it's true, it does. You need, if you want the clean
Yeah.
colors, that's what you're doing.
But I
Yeah.
think it's also even more important in paintings where you have like reds and greens and stuff, and now you're like mostly in greens. So I think you could get away with muddy paint water.
Yeah, I mean it's quite sort of monotone. So in a way, isn't it? Yeah, it's
Very
sort of
analogous colors.
Yeah. But it's like the scene is so quiet and serene that I think this is very fitting.
Yeah. It is very serene.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yes. Wow. Oh,
Amazing result.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Liz.
Thank you, Liz.
It's such a pleasure to watch other people paint sometimes.
Yeah, I'm inspired.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't have any. I think I've got all my watercolor boxes at the studio, but I think I've got like Viviva color sheets. But I think I'm going to use that one for the next sketches.
They're really good. I think they're really good to get really bright colors with those.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.